Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Arcus, and today we're going to be doing something a little fun and a little different. We're going to be playing with all sorts of different types of washi tape. Now, as an artist, one of my favorite things to do traditionally is to work with mixed media. And so that means, you're taking different media like watercolors or alcohol markers or maybe some 3D media, and you're combining it all together. And I just have found that I'm really good at doing that kind of stuff, and I really enjoy it. So washi tape is just another tool in my arsenal. It's usually used for like stationery and stuff, but I really enjoy using it for my art. And there's some washi tapes that I've bought from like Hobby Lobby and Michael's and whatnot. They're kind of thicker. I also usually buy them on clearance. So if you saw at the very beginning there, I had that rainbow tape that I put against my hand. Sometimes when you buy them on clearance, they kind of are a little sticky and unusable when you do open them. But the thing is, they're usually like, over 60% off. So it's usually I've been okay. I've only had two that have turned out unusable because of that. And then I've also bought some washi tape like straight from Japan that's significantly thinner. I don't know if I guess it is higher quality in a way. I think it's just more accurate to what washi tape originally is, while the ones I buy in America are more like duct tapes, like the company that makes duct tape, its version of washi tape. So when it came to working with these drawings today, so I have quite a few rolls of washi tape, over 10 I believe, and I like looking at them and then choosing what I'm gonna make based on the combinations I find in my washi tape. So I wanted to start out really simple, only using 2 washi tapes for this one, and I have this nice striped washi tape, and then which kind of is a bronze color, and then this washi tape with little crowns on it that also shares the same bronze color. So I wanted to have that same color scheme and not do anything too wild. And so I drew this lady that maybe she's like, I imagine her being some sort of classy 40s or maybe like a mobster or something like that, because I put the crowns around her head, as you will later see. And what's nice about these 2 washi tapes that I started with is they're see-through. So both of these are both American, I'm just gonna call them American with quotation marks, washi tapes. Like I bought them from Hobby Lobby, but they're pretty see-through. So the way I do washi tape is I do my sketch, I ink it as you see, and then I take the washi tape and I put it down, and then I take my X-Acto knife and I cut around the shapes that I want. And when it's sort of see-through, it's significantly easier to be able to tell where to cut, because you see the lines underneath. If it wasn't see-through, which some of mine isn't, you kind of have to guess, and that leads to a lot more areas where to fix areas where you either cut too much. It's always that you're going to cut too much. You're never going to cut too little. You either try to put smaller pieces of washi tape in those areas to kind of make up for if it's too much, or you another technique you can do is take your whatever you use to line, your fine liner or whatever, and then just kind of make the lines around it a little thicker so that it looks like that was the shape that was intended from the start. I've also done washi tape with alcohol markers, and sometimes in the same line of thinking as extending the line, you just extend the color to the part where the washi tape didn't cover. So there's a lot of like fun things you can do with washi tape. Now, the paper that I used for these, so I did 3 drawings, I think I mentioned that, and I wanted them to be look like they're a set. So I have this watercolor paper that's like a certain smaller size than what I usually work with, and I wanted to use it so that they all are the same size. But the watercolor paper did not like the washi tape very much, or my ink. I don't know. The washi tape has a very weak adhesive. That's the whole point of it. Like, you're not actually using it to seriously tape things. It's just a decoration, which is why it's so easy to use in art, because it's pretty easy to just kind of trim away with an X-Acto knife, and it technically should not pull up the paper or anything. But as you can see here, wherever I put the washi tape down and then I pulled it up again, not only did the paper rip, but the ink ripped off of the paper. It just, like, the ink did not go deeply in the paper, and so although I inked things from the start, I had to re-ink it at the end. As you can see here, like, I'm pulling it away from the ponytail, and the ponytail's just gone. It's just not there anymore. So that's something that, I don't know, you just have to work with whatever medium whatever paper you're using, whatever you put underneath the washi tape. Like, you can just do pencil lines, you use colored pencils, you could paint underneath it. Well, I don't know, I guess it depends on the paint you use. I don't know how well it would adheres to paint. I don't know. Try it, because, like, I don't know, washi tape's a lot of fun to work with, and there's a lot of fun colors and different patterns, and I always like leaving these drawings to be very simple, with the washi tape being the main focus in the drawing. So not a lot of detail going on, just kind of different patterns all together. So yeah, that was it for the first one, and now on to the second. For the second drawing, I had a lot of Japanese-inspired washi tape, so I bought it from companies in Japan, but it also has, like, Japanese patterns on it. For example, I have these ones with, like, Sakura, like, cherry blossom petals, and this really thick washi tape that I showed at the very beginning that has all these cranes and branches and other stuff on it. And that one's blue, and the cherry blossoms are pink, so the theme in this drawing, I used some other washi tapes that are kind of like reddish to have these two colors go together. And I made it so that it's this lady in a nice kimono, and her back's towards us, so we can really just see the, I'm not sure the formal word, but like the bow that they kind of tie in the back of the kimono. So I did a lot of research for this one to see kind of what exactly the layers of a kimono are, to be as accurate as possible. I can't tell you the names of them. I don't know how to, like, do much about it. But I would just want it to be as accurate as possible in my drawings. So yeah, here's the blue crane washi tape that I was talking about, and I use this as the base of the kimono, and then so when you have a kimono, you have an under kimono, like a thinner one, and then you have the one on top that's much thicker and significantly more complex in its design. And so the one underneath is red, and the one on top is this blue with cranes. And so then I use this red one with this red flower one that you see here. I use that as the mid belt part of the kimono design, and then went back to that same red I used for the under kimono to have a little piece that tied across the middle of the belt, so that it all just you know, layered on top of each other very nicely. The colors all worked out nicely, and it creates this nice little scene of this woman just, you know, enjoying her time in a garden, because I later add the Sakura, I don't know if you know it's Sakura. Sakura is the Japanese word for cherry blossoms, and that's how I've always called it, so that's why I keep saying that instinctively. And I put that washi tape at the very top to kind of imitate the feeling that there are these trees kind of surrounding her, like maybe she's in a garden or something. So it's nothing like I didn't, you know, cover the drawing in it. I didn't add trees. It's just the impression that it's there, which is something that's really cool that you can do with washi tape. You know, just have the impression that something there and not have to go super detailed about it. So finally, the third one. This is the one I used the most amount of washi tape for, because I had recently bought a little pack of 3 washi tapes or so that were all kind of Middle Eastern inspired. Like it had this pink one with camels on it, and this blue one that was like see-through with it almost looked like a part of a window or so. So to do something different from the other 2, where they were just kind of the washi tape was making the character and it was pretty simple, I wanted to do this whole scene using washi tape just to show, you know, all the different things you can do. So the background in this drawing is completely made up of washi tape, and then I put a character, I drew the character on another piece of paper, and then I cut her out and put her on top of this drawing. So there's like a little bit of a 3D element to this one. She looks like she's popping out of the scene, which is really cool. I had a lot of fun doing this one because I enjoyed, there was a lot of gold. And I'm usually a silver kind of person. I generally like to wear silver jewelry more over gold. But gold's still pretty nice, you know. And so I set this up by, I knew in my head I had planned out, so it wasn't just in my head, I had planned out how I wanted the back to look. So since I have this Starry Night kind of washi tape, I wanted it to look like there's a window and the character is standing in front of the window. So I put down all the Starry Night washi tape, and then over it I have this like gold, it looks like a beehive pattern. And I put that over it because since it was pretty clear, it kind of, you can tell that there's the night sky behind it, but it's also looks like, you know, it's a window, like there's glass there. So it created this pretty cool effect, I have to say. And it just shows how you can totally layer washi tape and do different things with it and create cool visual effects. Yeah, although I was struggling a little to have it stick on top of the other, the Starry Night one. I got it to work eventually, and actually, all of these tapes went off the edge of this paper, and then they didn't really want to stick onto the back. So I actually just taped the back down. No problemo there. I hope you're also enjoying all of this, like, peel porn, as they call it. I try to vary the shots of when I'm cutting the washi tape versus when I'm peeling it, to be so you can see, like, how slow I'm going when I'm cutting it and how I can control my blade. But at the same time, watching someone peel the washi tape is pretty super satisfying, so I had to put that in too. And then I put these gold columns on the side to frame the picture even more. The character will be standing in the middle. Yeah, I just finished out the scene. So then it came time to draw the character, and I grabbed another piece of this paper and kind of marked on it where the window was, because I wanted to have her look like she's leaning on the window, so I had to have a good idea of her height compared to, you know, the actual scene behind her. And then when it came to her actual design, I have to say I think I was pretty inspired by Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, you know, the Disney movie. Because I was going for like an Arabian sort of theme, and so I put her in this. The outfit is pretty inspired from from Aladdin, which you will see. I used a lot of warm tones for her, and gold, because there's a lot of gold in the drawing, and then purple as well, because there's all sorts of purples in the washi tape behind her, like in the night sky and stuff. I don't really have, I colored this with alcohol markers, and I don't really have a lot of purple alcohol markers. That's one of the colors that I'm definitely lacking in. But it's like a purplish pink enough that it fits in with, there is pink in the background, there is, you know, pink even in the sky, like, it'll fit together just nicely. When it came to actually coloring her, I didn't worry too much about coloring her as if she was actually in the scene, which is a little weird looking back now. It doesn't really look like she's in a dark place. I mean, I guess maybe the hallway would be lit, but like, then there should be brighter lights. I don't know. I just went pretty standard with the coloring. Don't judge me. And then I used a gold gel pen to add some little details and make her fit in the scene more. And I cut her out using some scissors. And the paper is a little thick because it is watercolor paper, supposedly. And I used my Pentel brush pen to color in the sides that was cut out. So, like, you have the drawing on the there's technically like 3 surfaces when you cut it out. You have the front, you have the back, and then you have the sides of the paper that is like, you know, a millimeter thick, because the paper is a thicker paper, but that's white. It shows up white, and if you're like, with the back being white, you don't see that, even though it's a 3D thing. You have to really be trying to see the back of the drawing. But if you shift your head just a little bit, you totally see the edges of the paper, like that little width, that height of the paper. And so if that's white and then the rest of the character's outlined in black, it just kind of looks a little weird. So if you color that in black, it looks like the line art extends, and that just helps solidify the drawing. And so then I had some scraps that I used to prop her up and create this sort of 3D effect, which I think was pretty cool. So I really like working with washi tape, and I hope this video was just a way to, show you the things you can do with washi tape. Maybe you'll try it someday too. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. Bye.